Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. How are you guys doing today on this beautiful Monday? I'll first show you my little monkey. Can you tell she's comfy? Um, I guess let me stand this up before so it doesn't fall. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to talk about the law of being because I've been getting a few questions from people in regards to, is the law of being the same as the law of attraction? What can I expect from the law of being? What is the law of being about? What is it? What is it? What is it? That's what it really comes down to at the end of all the questions that I'm being asked. So, a law of being, simply put, is a self mastery program. So, in other words, if you are looking to master thyself, yourself, and in terms of who you are, what do you want, what do you want to have in your life, where do you want to be in life, in 3, 6, or 12 months from now. That's what it really comes down to. It's a self-mastery program, that it's a program that takes you from where you are and helps you to get to where you want to be. And having a coach take you through the entire program is one of the best things you can ever do when it comes to going through any kind of program. Just think of it this way. When you go to college or university, if you sat there and you watched the whole entire course on the screen, how much would you learn? Would you be showing up every day knowing that it's the screen that keeps you accountable for showing up? Which it doesn't keep you accountable, right? But that is a really great example from when it comes to going through any kind of program on your own. Some people are great at going through the program on their own. Perfect. If that's you, by all means, I have no problem with you going through the program on your own. Just let me know and I will give you the access to the whole program. But if you are wanting to really, and I mean really, master yourself in all the areas that you want to master yourself in, then highly recommend going through the program with a coach, right? I'm starting the group coaching on January 4th. Those of you that are interested, I know a couple of you are, and a couple of you that will be actually going through the program. My legs are cold, so I'm gonna put my sweater blanket type of thing on my legs. But as I was saying, the example of going through the program with a coach, with a teacher, with a guide who is there helping you to keep yourself accountable to completing the whole entire program, the whole entire course, just like in college, right? Or university. So, can you tell I'm a little bit organized? So this is what the program, this is the workbook, okay? Some of you have seen my webinar. So in the webinar, I had a picture showing that there's 12 cities. It's a 16-week program. So we'll be together for 16 weeks, week by week. We would discuss, talk, and work on things, through things. And you every week would be listening to a CD and then going through the workbook. I will quickly just, was there, I thought there was a piece of paper. No. So I like to keep my workbook nice and clean so there's nothing in here. Some of them in the beginning I was circling and I'm like, no, I want to keep it clean so I can use it anytime I want to without necessarily looking at everything that I put in there. I have a notebook that I can go back to and look through notes in there. But how do I put it? So Rachel and I were actually talking about this today in our podcast, Energy Ninjas podcast that we do on Mondays. And I shared the videos. I used to share them in the group here, and then I just started sharing them on my YouTube channel for those that are interested. So we're talking about what is the benefit of going through any kind of a program, any kind of a class, with just watching videos, or watching videos and a workbook, or watching videos and a deeper kind of a workbook that has more than a few questions. And the difference between those three, in my experience, are pretty significant. So some of you know, and most of you don't know, I have gone through quite a few personal development and personal growth programs. Now, having gone through them, some of them I didn't complete, and most of them I completed. And I would say that having gone through it and not have anyone to keep me accountable was very, very easy for me to give myself a break and say, it's okay. You don't feel like doing it today? It's okay, Yana. It's okay. Just go rest. You deserve it. And I did, because I've done a lot. But then little by little after this, after allowing myself to continue to take breaks, I would take long breaks and sometimes would not go back to that program. But when I've gone through the Law of Being with my coach, I did it one-on-one because I believe that I was worth the investment, and I knew that having to go through it one-on-one would keep me that much more accountable, and it did. But even as a group, because this group guided coaching program that I'm going to take you guys through, those that are wanting to be a part of it, it will be probably the last time that I will be that much hands-on with everyone involved in the program, because it does take a lot of time, work, effort, and energy to go through with people individually. And in the group setting, I will still personalize it to the most of my abilities to everyone. But going forward, the next round won't be as much. So if you are really wanting to change your life and master thyself, uncover your blocks, find out what's really holding you back, find ways of how you can move past where you are feeling stuck, find, how do I explain it? Uncover more than one way how you can respond to a situation, or how you can not react, but the thought patterns, that you have more than one option to think about the same kind of a problem, or the same, what's another word, or a mistake, for example. A lot of people tend to dwell on the mistakes that they've made, and by simply recognizing that there are no mistakes in life, it frees up a lot of energy. And you have a lot of energy in you. You might not be aware of just how much, and when you start removing these blocks, these little bricks or big bricks, one by one, the amount of energy that will really just like come out of you will be noticeable by everyone around you, but even more so, you will notice it yourself. So anyways, back to the Law of Being. I'll show you. So for example, what is this? So for example, on this page 72, this is city 4. Oh, that's a good city. So all of them are incredible. So on here, for example, going back in time, as a child, you were like a sponge. We've heard that many times, right? Absorbing ideas and beliefs from your parents, teachers, religious leaders, even from books you read and the TV shows you watched. I've talked about this quite a bit. It's really how we program ourselves without realizing that the program that we're running is somebody else's program, or many other else's programs. So you made these beliefs your own, but most likely you never really evaluated them. You just accepted them as being true. think about some of the most important things you learned growing up about the world around you. And this is, as I'm going through it, do this exercise. Honestly, this is a free exercise that I'm going to give you right now. Go through this exercise, pause, rewind, write down what I'm saying, the questions especially, or re-listen to it if you don't feel like writing it down. But the answers, highly recommend writing them down, because there's something to thinking about it, something to saying what it is that you are wanting to say and the answers, and then to writing it down. Okay, there is the process to the madness, I guess. Is that the phrase? I don't know. Anyways, so write this down, go through it, go through this exercise, and let me know what you got out of it. And let everyone know, for the benefit of everyone. Put it down below in comments so others get to see your response. Okay? And learn from you. Learn from your response. And if everyone gets to do that, if everyone in this group answered this question, I know it's a lot to ask, but if everyone did, how many? There's like 220 something people. If there were 220 responses down below, can you imagine what you could possibly learn from 220 responses from this one particular question? Because it'd be different. At least it'll be a little bit different for everyone. So anyways, I'll reread this part. So if you write that part. So think about some of the most important things you learned growing up about the world around you. Perhaps you watched your parents argue all the time, and you absorbed the belief that all married couples fight. List some of those beliefs below. Then, looking at them from your current perspective, with a check mark by those you still believe work for you, and an X by the ones that may be limiting you in some ways. So, you're just going to be listing some of these beliefs that you that you gain over the years, and do a check mark or an X beside it. Right? A check mark will be by those that you still believe work for you. So those that are working, and there's nothing wrong with that. If they're working for you, they're working for you. But if they're not working for you, put an X beside it, which means that they're preventing you from reaching a certain level in your life. I had another word in my head, pinnacle in life. Sometimes I have words that come through and I'm not really sure what they mean, but I guess it's a level. So if you notice that whatever you have written down, if it's preventing you from reaching a certain level, from having something in your life that you want to have, or from, like, if it's limiting you in any way, then put an X beside it. Okay? Everything starts with awareness. First, you must be aware of all of these beliefs that are circling in your head. And then little by little, you can uncover if they're benefiting you or if they're not. And sometimes those that we believe that are benefiting us, they might not benefit us later down the road. But in the meantime, if they're benefiting you, by all means, hold on to them, right? But if they're not, now or later down the road, then work through them and create new beliefs. Okay? So that is just one page, and out of how many pages are in here? 219? Yeah, 219 pages, and a little bit about other things. Yeah, a little bit more. But anyways, that's it. I think that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this has helped you to understand a little bit more about what the law of being is. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I know there's a lot more to it, but at the end of the day, the experience of going through the law of being is a little bit different for everyone. And why is that? It's because we're all different. We all have different stories in our minds. We all have different limiting beliefs. Yeah, some of them might be the same, but quite a few of them are different. We grew up with different parents. We were raised different ways. We lived in different areas, different places. We've traveled the world or we didn't travel the world. Experiences. Everything comes down to an experience. And we've all experienced life differently. Some experiences might be similar or the same, but at the end of the day, based on everything that led up to that experience, how one individual internalizes that experience would be different from anyone else. And yeah, that is the truth. I've had quite a few conversations with people from all different walks of life, and no conversation is the same. Really. So anyways, that's it. She's now all the way up, her belly open. Scratch me. So anyways, that's all for you guys for today, and I look forward to hearing your responses down below. And until next time, bye, and thanks for watching.